Keeping your problems to yourself only takes you further and further down. Just give us a call. No matter what your problem is, we're always here to listen. The Samaritans, 2896 0000.
Hello and welcome to the Financial Report. I'm Anne-Marie Sim. And the local stock market struggled today, rounding off the week almost flat to close 0.1% higher. The Hang Seng Index gained 17 points to finish at 21,362. Turnover was at $47 billion, the second weakest this year. Investors took profit today, offsetting a positive lead from Wall Street, where stocks ended at record highs. Let's check on those numbers. Tencent gained $6, HSBC added $1, while China Construction Bank lost 3 cents. AIA gained 35 cents, Minsheng Bank dropped 33 cents, and a loss of 50 cents for Ping An Insurance. The Hong Kong dollar exchange rate to the US dollar 7.75, 11.84 to the pound sterling, 7.73 to 100 Japanese yen, 10.17 to the euro, and 100 Hong Kong dollars will get you 79.113 renminbi. Looking at early European trade, the London FTSE 100 index is trading 13 points lower at 6,620, while London gold is trading at $1,293 and 46 cents per ounce. In Germany, the Frankfurt DAX is trading 8 points lower, while in Paris, the CAC 40 is also down by 10 points. That's the finance for Friday night. Join us for the main news after the break.
Coming up, main news and weather report. The Lion of Battle comes to revive. Liverpool, meeting Indonesia 11 soon. Its morale never wavers. Indonesia 11 versus Liverpool, tomorrow night at 9:30. Watch the live show on your phone. Soccer Fever, live on ATV.
I don't know if it's still around.
Butterfly, fashion designer of nature. Musk deer, source of luxurious perfume and effective medicine. How can they survive when the exploitation puts so much at stake? Documentary World, Animal Treasure, tonight at 9.
This Saturday, get extra amusement from our fabulous Korean Hour. Korea Agro Fisheries and Food Trade Corporation Special, Korean Hour, You Are My Destiny. Saturday afternoon at 5:30. Reports from the heart of Berlin. Take a closer look at the development in one of the most powerful countries in Europe. How much do you know about Germany? Check in current news. People and Politics, tonight at 8.
Sparkling 25. ATV Miss Asia Pageant 2013 is now open for your participation. You can apply on the following website. Application forms are now available in the following locations.
山美，水美，人更美。走遍大地神州，最美多彩贵州。
Good evening. You're watching the news at 7:30 on ATV. I'm Anne-Marie Sim.
And I'm at Nedze. Here's a look at tonight's headlines.
Angry Guangzhou residents clash with police during protest against plans to build incinerator in their neighborhood.
Second case of Chinese iPhone users suffering severe electric shock raises fresh concerns about fake charges.
Detroit in crisis as it becomes largest city in US history to file for bankruptcy. Several protesters have been injured in clashes between police and Guangzhou residents trying to stop the building of a waste incinerator in their neighborhood.
The violence broke out after armed police moved in to disperse a crowd of more than 1,000 demonstrators in the latest case of people power against local government on the mainland. Chaos erupted as armed police started to clear away angry protesters gathered outside the local government office in Guangzhou's Huadu district this afternoon. What began as a peaceful demonstration turned violent as protesters refused to disperse. They're unhappy with the government's plans to build a trash incinerator right in the town centre. Die-hard protesters fought running battles with police. Several protesters were injured during the chaos. Last week, officials announced a timetable for the incinerator with plans to start construction next year. But local residents are worried that the incinerator will be a health hazard and criticized the government for not considering their concerns. Earlier, thousands of protesters gathered outside the government office and shouted slogans before marching on the streets to express their dissatisfaction. This is one of several protests staged by the residents who have been complaining that they have tried different ways to contact the Guangzhou government, but never got any reply. The government claims an environmental assessment was completed earlier this year and residents have had plenty of time to express their views. Local residents have vowed to carry on their campaign to stop the project, encouraged by similar protests in other cities that have brought local governments to their knees. If you're not using a genuine Apple charger for your iPhone, here's something to think about. China has now reported 2 cases of users suffering severe electric shocks.
In the latest case, a man is fighting for his life in a Beijing hospital after using a fake charger for his iPhone 4.
It's something mobile phone users do nearly every day, charge their phone by plugging it into a wall or floor socket. But a man is in a coma in a hospital in Beijing after getting an electric shock while charging his Apple iPhone. According to his sister, he'd just plugged his iPhone 4 in when she heard him yell that he'd got a shock and found him lying on the ground twitching and in cardiac arrest. The phone was said to be intact, but according to mainland media, the charger was fake. Apple advises customers to use only the company's chargers to be safe, but fakes are widely used because they're much cheaper and generally considered good enough. It's the second case in days of someone getting a shock from an iPhone on the mainland. Earlier this month, a woman in Xinjiang was electrocuted after answering a call while her phone was still plugged into the wall. In that case, Apple offered its condolences to her family and promised to investigate and cooperate with authorities on the matter.
A former head of the CIA claims there's hard evidence that mainland telecoms giant Huawei has spied for China, sharing intimate and extensive knowledge of foreign communication systems with Beijing.
The tech giant has denied it, dismissing the allegations as the same, tired-old defamatory charges leveled against Huawei.
China is a popular target for US lawmakers and politicians when it comes to accusing countries of spying and copyright theft. Now, former head of the CIA, Michael Hayden, says there is hard evidence that mainland network and communications giant Huawei Technologies did a bit of both for Beijing. In an interview with the Australian Financial Review, Hayden said Huawei shared with the Chinese state intimate and extensive knowledge of the foreign telecommunications systems it is involved with. I think that goes without saying, he told the paper. Hayden claims intelligence agencies have hard evidence of spying activity by the world's second-largest telecoms equipment maker, but didn't go into details. Hayden is a director of Motorola Solutions, which provides radios, smart tags, barcode scanners and safety products, and has previously been engaged in intellectual property disputes with Huawei. The company's global cybersecurity officer, John Suffolk, described Hayden's comments as tired, unsubstantiated, defamatory remarks, and challenged him or anyone else to publicize the evidence, saying they should put up or shut up. Hayden was also once head of the NSA, the US agency that has been operating a massive global spying operation, including targets in Hong Kong and on the mainland. The report came a day after Britain announced it would review security at a cyber center in southern England run by Huawei to ensure that its network is protected. Previously, US lawmakers have told American firms to stop doing business with Huawei and other mainland firms, warning that China could use equipment made by them to spy or threaten vital systems through computerized links. The Australian government has barred Huawei from involvement in building its massive national broadband network. After the attacks on America on the 11th of September 2001, Huawei was accused of helping upgrade the Taliban's communications systems, a claim denied by the company and the central government.
Here in Hong Kong, a driving school instructors union leader collapsed during a LegCo meeting today as he was complaining against a licensing system that bars them from giving private lessons.
The government is considering giving private licenses to experienced driving school instructors so they can still earn money after they retire. ATV's Emily Sue reports.
Private and driving school instructors protested outside the LegCo building at Tamar this morning to voice their conflicting concerns about the licensing system they have to follow. While they vented their frustrations outside, more than 50 industry representatives were invited inside the chamber to reflect their views to government officials and lawmakers on the transport panel. One of them was union leader Stephen Lin from the Hong Kong School of Motoring. He reportedly tried to commit suicide last night by gassing himself in his car, as he is retiring soon and doesn't have a private license to carry on teaching.
我教咗24年車，過多2個月，我又變成廢人。你哋要收翻我牌，我乜嘢做唔到。呢個係不公義、不公義嘅政府。服務員幫手。
He was carried away on a stretcher and sent to Queen Mary Hospital. Lin has been hospitalized before while staging hunger strikes over the licensing issue. Currently, the government uses a dual licensing system, under which separate licenses are given to private instructors and government-designated driving school teachers. And here's the catch. While private license holders can give private lessons and teach at schools as well, school instructors are restricted from working outside. Today, the government came up with 9 proposals to review the system and is considering giving out new private licenses to experienced instructors. While Lin and other school instructors want the system scrapped altogether, private instructors prefer things stay the way they are.
強烈覺得政府官商勾結。
This private instructor accused the government of colluding with its designated driving schools and offering private licenses to them. School instructors shouldn't be allowed to jump the queue in getting their private licenses, said this